Welcome to Suffering Meatball Chronicles, the podcast where we relive the sound and the sweet chaos of live music. We are your host, Johnny Epiphone, and I'm Rob Henry. And here's the deal. This show is all about concerts we've seen, the stories we've lived, and the moments that made us feel alive, even if the details are a little fuzzy.
We may not always remember the exact dates, the full set lists, or even the band names. Don't judge us. But we remember how it felt. From tiny dive bars to massive stadiums, from legendary acts to that one guy with the harmonica. This is our passion for live shows, loud nights, and the beautiful mess of music fandom.
So grab a drink, settle in, and let's stumble down memory lane. Because even if the facts aren't perfect, the vibes are. Hello, everybody. How we doing? We're still doing a podcast after all this time, Johnny. 6 months, brother.
6 months. Woo!
6 months. And this is our official 10th episode, which I am really grateful for. But we had 2.5 episodes along the way. So it's really 12 episodes, but we're counting 10 because we're calling this the official 10th episode, where we just want to say thank you for everybody that's listening and all the feedback we've had along the way and the cool stickers that I've been able to hand out and the several likes we had along the way. I think I counted 11 or 12 likes and maybe like 3 comments. So we're really just happy and fortunate to have you along for the ride, everybody. And we appreciate you listening. And we would like to have more comments. But, whether we listen or not, it is determined on.
Go get your own damn podcast.
Right on. Get your own damn podcast.
Go get your own damn podcast.
Right on. Get your own damn podcast. All right. Yeah. I had to throw that out there.
If you got so many great ideas, you should be doing your own damn podcast.
Right. And not telling us what we need to do, but we still want to hear, comments about how to make it better.
Yes, we do.
The latest comment was from my brother-in-law, said we should have some guests. Well, Johnny and I, when we first started thinking about the concept of Suffering Meatball Chronicles, the podcast, we realized that we didn't want to make it a call-in show. So we were going to hold off on guests. But we do have plans to do that in the future. But we're not done telling our stories. Yeah.
We've got plenty of stories, like my epic trip to Australia in '96. It'll be 30 years this 2026.
Yeah, man, that's going to be I can't wait to hear that, Johnny, because I had forgotten a lot of what you had told me back in the day. When you came back, you're so excited. You wanted to tell everybody. And I remember those conversations, but I don't remember the details. And I want to know about you being a groupie.
Yeah, fanboy.
And following, fanboy, the big fanboy following Radio Birdman around Australia. First of all, Australia just blows my mind. I can't imagine what it was like, but I think everybody wants to hear those stories. So we would like to have guests. Maybe Johnny could, call somebody from down under from 30 years ago and have them come on the podcast. We don't know. We're taking it an episode at a time, and we're just grateful to have people listening to our stories and be able to tell these stories because, you just don't bring up going to Monsters of Rock in 86 and just normal everyday conversation.
Yeah. That is true.
It's got to be in the right context. Right, Johnny?
Oh, definitely. It's all about context.
All right. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and run down. First of all, I said Happy New Year to everybody, and we look forward to putting out some really good stuff this year. We started off with episode 1, where Johnny and I explain how we became friends and what our premise for this broadcast was, or this podcast was. And we talk about going to early shows and meeting at a college radio station. I do want to apologize for my audio. My audio, I had a piece of equipment in line that was just junk. There was a reason why I was sitting in the basement of my job and with a pile of other junk. It worked, but it didn't sound good. So I apologize. So that was our first episode. Our second episode was about a trip that we took to
Virginia Beach.
Hampton, Virginia, to see Metallica and Queensrÿche. You guys are going to have to go back and listen because there's some great stories. Then, about that time, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. So we did a quick, 30-minute episode just remembering Ozzy. And that's one of the 0.5 episodes. And why we decided to call it 2.5 instead of 3, I don't know, but we did. And that's where it's going to stay that way. I'm not changing it. The third episode was a Virgin Mobile Fest festival in 2008 that Johnny and I went to. The title of the episode, we don't have a lot of titles, but this one kind of fit. It was called We Stooge Ourselves. You should go back and listen to that. It's a great time. And you find out about our love for the Stooges. Episode 4 is one of our most viewed episodes. It was about the Monsters Rock Festival in 1988. I said 86 earlier. Sorry, my brain's not that, doesn't remember everything. So it is 88. And that one's a long one. And that one actually got 2 likes. People are 70 views, right? On that one episode 4.
Thank you, folks.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And a lot of people have those memories of Monsters of Rock because it was a pretty amazing show. And John, we talked about in that episode why they called it Monsters of Rock, and was it like affiliated with Monsters of Rock in Europe? And I've been reading about it. There were several Monsters of Rock episode or shows in UK around that time. So I don't know if it was, but in order to use that name, they would have had to been affiliated with those folks, or some kind of branding deal or whatever. So that was a good one. And episode 5 was our trip to Ann Arbor in 2011 for a Ron Asheton tribute. That episode, we started to introduce pictures that we had captured along the way. And that put a lot of effort into putting that together. I had to learn how to edit video on a new platform, You
did a great job, by the way.
Yeah. And it has 63 views as of today. By the time we release this, it'll have more. Episode 6 was, Johnny and I's love for UFO of the 70s and 80s and Michael Schenker in general. That has 50 views, and that no video, no pictures. You know what I did is I introduced ticket stubs at that point. So there is some video, some ticket stubs in episode 5, which is really cool. And that I was able to save all those ticket stubs from
that's awesome.
all those years ago.
You still have all that stuff. Mine went out in a purge years ago, and plus I used to get on guest lists, so you don't get tickets when you're on the guest list.
Right. Yeah, they don't hand out hard tickets really anymore at all.
No. Michael Schenker being the exception.
Yeah, Michael Schenker. That's right. You got to listen to that episode, that 6.5 episode where Johnny and I actually drove to Hopewell, Virginia, stayed in Chesterville or Chesterson, or there was a lot of Chester around there. I think it was Chester proper where we stayed, and then we drove to Hopewell, and that was great. And that actually kicked it off with video that I took, and then just some stuff that Johnny took. And by that time, I had already kind of navigated that whole editing video process.
Yes, and Hopewell was only about 15 minutes from where we were staying, so it's not like we were driving a big distance from Chester to Hopewell. And
but what a great show, man! I still have. I mean, it was just a few months ago. Then
that was such a great theater.
It was, and you guys should go listen to that episode and watch it because it's some really cool stuff. And then we have episode 7, which is our recollection of the Clash of the Titans tour in 1991, which featured the almighty Slayer and Megadeth and Anthrax and Alice in Chains.
Yes. Alice in Chains doing their first national tour.
Yeah, that was kind of the beginning of the end for metal. But we talk about that in the episode. You guys who haven't listened should go back and listen. Episode 6.5 has 29 listens. We just released episode 7, so that's kind of a dismal thing. Episode 8, we did a whole full hour about the legacy of Black Sabbath, and there is some video there. There is some ticket stubs and some great stories. I don't want to be a spoiler. I don't want to be a spoiler, but I'm surprised we haven't heard from some lawyers, about an incident that happened long ago, which I kind of want to exploit, but I don't think we need to. Episode 9 is epic. We'll be releasing episode 9 on we have already released episode 9 about the awesomeness of Megadeth. And there is video there, and lots of video and ticket stubs and great stories. I had a lot of fun. I would love to go back and do a 0.5 for Megadeth. And I think we will, because this year Megadeth is touring for the last time, and we got a group of people that want to go. They released a date with Iron Maiden in September, but a little disappointed that we have to pay Iron Maiden money to see Megadeth do a 45-minute set. So we just put a kibosh on that since it's in September, and we'll revisit it at that time to see if everybody can afford to pay Iron Maiden money to go see Megadeth. And they've released some Canadian dates, and hopefully by the time we publish this, we'll know about their North American tour and have a plan going in, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm going to be really pissed if this is a money grab by Dave Mustaine and he comes back with another version of Megadeth like 5 years from now or 2 years from now.
Well, they are selling these. They're doing. I can't remember. There's something in Tennessee. Dave was doing that. Me being a Cyber Army member got an invite to. But it's like super expensive. And I was like, man, I understand bands got to make money because they got to eat. But come on, man.
Oh, he was doing like some songwriting lesson thing in downtown Nashville or whatever. And you had to pay money to come see him or something silly.
Something like that. There was an acoustic set they were going to play and a meet and greet, of course, because, you want to meet your heroes.
Yeah, you want to meet no, you don't want to meet your heroes. No, you don't. You'd just be disappointed. Not always. Right. And here we are at episode 10. Which one was your favorite, Johnny? I know that the couple that I really thought about, when we do these things, we record it I take it, I edit it, I listen to it. If I have pictures, I have pictures. If I have ticket stubs, I have ticket stubs. If I have video, which we'll talk about in a little bit, I incorporate the video. But this one, it's just going to be the logo. And, you know, I know which episodes I really enjoyed doing it, but I want to hear what your take is on the last 12 episodes.
I think my favorite is probably the Ann Arbor trip, because that was just so much fun. And, you know, we touched on being in West Virginia to pick up Mike, and then actually being in Ann Arbor and where we were staying, and everything about it we touched on. And
Yes.
I thought that was a really good episode.
Yeah, I would tend to agree, because that has got to be top 3 shows that I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's got to be one of the top 3. It'd be hard to pick a top 3, but I know that 2011 show in Ann Arbor was really super special. And especially in light of a few years later, my brother died suddenly of a heart attack, and we both lost a brother. And I don't think I ever actually brought that up, that, you know, we talk about Mike, but I don't mention that he's not with us anymore. And that, for us to speak his name and tell stories about him, means the world to me, because I still miss him.
Yeah, it keeps him alive. And, you know, he was an integral part of our lives, obviously. And our show going as well.
Yes. When we go back, I mean, he was there at Monsters of Rock with us, with our group, I believe. I'm almost positive he was.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
I'm 100% positive he was. But anyway, you're right. That episode brought back a lot of great memories. And again, to speak my brother's name and have all you folks listening that knew him, that knew, you know, Mike. We want to hear your stories about Mike too. Eventually, we'll figure out some way to integrate another show that we were all at, because that's what we did between the ages of like 17 to say 26, is that we just went to shows. That was our passion. If we weren't at a show, we were at some musician's house that was putting on a show in a basement or something. That's what we did back then. And, you know, my oldest son said to me, when we went to Richmond to see Megadeth last year, and it got canceled, and we ended up in a cool club in Richmond. And afterwards, he's like, man, I feel like I've been cheated. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, well, when you were my age, you had places to go to see live music, whether it was a local band or, you know, a major band, and it was affordable, and you could all go together, and, you know, it was an adventure. And things like that. So that kind of sunk in, and I started thinking about that time even more, because that's what we did. We partied. Yeah, we went to see live music.
That's true. Shows today are so expensive, especially if you're going to a big venue. I mean, oh my God, tickets are ridiculous.
Big venue, small venue, it's all the same. It's all the same. And, you know, I've done a lot of thinking about this, and you folks out there that have listened to all the podcasts know that I constantly bitch about Live Nation and Ticketmaster. But I started thinking that back when we were going to shows, there was a physical product that you would pay for. Right? And that's how the record companies made their money and recouped their money, and how they pay the artists. And as the artists got better, the more money that everybody made. Now there's no physical product.
True.
So they make their money touring, but the record companies, Ticketmaster and Live Nation, realize this too. So they want to up the ante and add more fees or whatever. We could talk about that, but you know, it's not the artist generating the extra cost. they're trying to cover their costs and make a profit, and they do that selling merch. But there is no physical product now that you go and buy music. I mean, you can, but it's not like when we were that, all we had were cassettes and CDs. There was no Napster or whatever.
And vinyl. Let's not forget vinyl, which is making a comeback.
Yes, and vinyl. And I spent a lot of money on vinyl. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So I wanted to explain the video aspect of what we're presenting here on the Suffering Meatball Chronicles. When I go to a show, and if you've watched the episodes that have video in them, you don't get a full song. You get 30 seconds to a minute and a half, and then it's over with. And that is because I don't like to go to shows and watch it through my phone. I want to be in the moment, but I also want to capture some really cool stuff. So, that you'll never see me post a full song from a concert that I had been at, because I realized that I don't want to live through my phone. So I capture some cool stuff, and then I turn it off and put it in my pocket and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I gotta ask, if there's anybody out there who records the whole show on their phone, why? Why do you do that? Thank God I'm tall and I can see over you, so your phone's not blocking my view of what the guitar player's doing when I want to see what he's doing. But you just gotta be more in the concert. Everybody's got their phones out nowadays, videoing, and it's just crazy, man.
I can't. I can't. There are shows that there are certain songs that I have sat there and recorded the whole thing. But the files are gigantor and it's a pain in the butt, but they're very few and far between. And, episode 6.5, episode 8, episode 9, all have recent videos that I had taken within the last few years, right? Golly. No, it's been more than a few years. But I wanted to point out that the early days of cell phones and pictures and videos is not what it is today.
No, not at all.
It's not. And you can gradually see, in episode 9, I take some videos of the lawn and it looks horrendous. And then my son took video from the pavilion, and he had like a 3 generations better iPhone than I did. So the optics changed and it looks so much better. Whereas, I have some video from 2012 of Slipknot, and it just sounds and looks like a shit hurricane, because it's just all, and you really can't hear. You can tell what it is, but the technology has changed. So as the newer shows, as we start doing more episodes, and let's talk about doing more episodes. Enough of the video stuff, but it is, the older stuff just looks like a shit hurricane. Yeah, let's talk. Okay, so you already brought up the Australian trip, the Radio Birdman groupie.
Yes.
So I know you're working on that. I know you're digging through pictures. 30 years is a long time to kind of figure out where all your stuff is.
Right, especially when you've moved a couple times and you've had to pack away all your stuff in boxes.
Yes. Oh, yeah, exactly. So Rush just announced that they're going to do some dates in 2026. I got to see them. I went back and looked for some video. That was 2012. I didn't get any video, but I've seen Rush several times in the 80s. So we want to do a Rush show. We want to do We want to do a Pantera show. We want to do an Anthrax show. We want to do a more in-depth Metallica show, because I've seen Metallica like 11 times, but starting in 86, something like that.
Right. Yeah. When you
Or
saw him
88.
open for Ozzy.
Yeah, 88 or whatever it was. And then I talked about doing a Lamb of God show, and I have all kinds of crazy video for that. John has not seen Lamb of God, but he's going to indulge me and laugh at me and listen to all my stupid stories about going to see Lamb of God. And we may have some guests for that Lamb of God, and you guys will see the video shit hurricane videos start and work their way up, because I always captured something while I was there, and you'll see throughout that episode. I mean, I just started putting it together, so I don't even know what I'm trying to talk about or when it's going to be released, but I have to get that material out there so people can watch it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to hear stories about Lamb of God. I'm sure you got a few or more.
I do. And if people don't like it,
go get your own damn podcast.
Right on. Get your own damn podcast.
Go get your own damn
podcast. Right on. Get your own damn podcast. Oh, that still makes me laugh.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we have in the future. That's what we've done in the past. We started putting a actual schedule together to of release dates and stuff in progress. And again, we're going to do an Iron Maiden episode. So after this episode, the 11th episode will be Iron Maiden, and Johnny and I have some great stories about Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah. I actually met them once. Some of them, not all of them. And I met the late Paul Di'Anno as well when he was fronting Paul Di'Anno's Battle Zone.
That's going to be an epic story right there, John. And let me just ask you this: who was the biggest Iron Maiden fan you ever met? Mike Henry. Mike Henry was the biggest Iron Maiden fan that I ever met. He was infatuated with it. That Number of the Beast album came out, and let's leave it to the episode. But you made him later in life.
Yeah,
you made him later. I grew. That was high school. So yeah, that was us in high school.
I remember him telling me about how much he was into early Iron Maiden, because I remember me telling him about meeting Paul Di'Anno, and he was like, "Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool."
Yeah, man, yeah. He was the biggest Iron Maiden fan that I ever met. So yeah, we're gonna do Iron Maiden, and stick with us. It's gonna be some fun. We're gonna have some laughs. We're gonna laugh at ourselves. We're gonna laugh at our friends. We're gonna laugh at all these goofy artists that we're talking about. We're just we're out here to have fun and be entertaining, and be a place where you can turn on a podcast and not have somebody tell you how to feel or how to be or what to think or what to buy, or is there aliens? Is there not aliens? Oh my God. Is Christ coming back? No, Christ isn't coming back. Is the devil all these things, all these stupid things that, podcasting. There's a lot of stuff in the podcasting space. We don't go there. We tell you our experiences with live music that we love so much. Even at this age, I am we have a lot of stories to tell, so stick with us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking about some shows I went to with other friends than Rob, and the hijinks we got up to and the stuff that happened. Like there was this one time we went, my friend Scott and I went to see the Dictators, and Scott's a great guy, and he is just one of these incredibly good people at finagling stuff. So he was finagling free drinks at the 930 Club. If they weren't free, they were heavily discounted. And he was getting a little loaded before the Dictators came on. And I guess he bumped into some guy. And the guy turned around and took a swing at Scott. And Scott ducked, and so he hit another guy. It was like a sitcom episode. This brawl breaks out. And Scott's just like, oh, did I do that?
That's hilarious. Well, again, we just want to thank everybody for listening. Those are funny stories, John. We don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
Listen to the one thing I do want to bring up is we've been stuck on 29 subscribers for over 2 months now. I need somebody listening to this episode to hit subscribe so we can get past the number 29. In the last 4 months, it's steady 29 listeners. We know that we have at least 40 to 45 people that listen to the podcast, pretty much pretty much our fans. They listen to all our podcasts.
It's not that big a commitment, people.
It's not. And we're not trying to sell you anything.
No.
There are no ads on our videos whatsoever. We're, ground roots starting, 6 months ago. We just need to get past that number 29 subscribers. So please, somebody subscribe. I mean, I hate to beg, but I just want one person to subscribe so we can at least have a nice round number of 30 people.
Yes, it's killing my OCD, people. Do it for my OCD. Make it an even number, please.
Please help Johnny with his OCD. Hit the subscribe button today so Johnny can have a clear conscience and better mental health.
Mental health is very important, people.
So we just need one more subscriber and our mental health will be much better. And we're almost at 500 views, which I love that. Whether it's for 30 seconds or for 30 minutes or for the whole hour. We don't really go over an hour. We just thank you for the views. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. We're going to keep doing this, whether anybody's listening anyway, because we want to tell these stories and we have fun doing it. And it's good for our mental health to be able to tell these funny stories about how stupid and how brave and how nonchalant we were back in the day doing some of these things.
Yes.
And I want to thank my mom. And I want to thank God. Wait. I just won a podcasting award for doing nothing. I'm giving myself a podcasting award, and you're next, Johnny.
Oh, well, thank you. I just want to thank all the people out there for making this possible. My parents, thank them for adopting me when I was a premature baby.
Yes, and putting up with you for all those years.
Yes, definitely putting up with me.
Loving you through all the tough times. Yes, the love that
in
came
early
from
20s and early 30s.
Yeah, and into your 40s. All right. Thanks, everybody. Again, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them on the YouTube page. Or if you know us personally and have our numbers, text us and say, hey, thumbs up on episode 7. Or, hey, I remember when we went to, the Monsters of Rock together. Or I remember seeing you there. Or I remember you talking about it afterwards or whatever. So thanks, everybody. We appreciate all the support.
Yes, any and all feedback is always appreciated. Go get your own damn podcast.
Right on. Get your own damn podcast.